Hey everyone, this is Kevin Gilligan. Welcome to another episode of the Flamecast, where we talk to past, present, and current guests of FlameCon. Today is of no exception. We have a wonderful creator who is joining us. Josh, please let the people know who you are and what you do.
Sure. My name is Josh Trujillo. I'm a writer and comic book guy. I do stuff for Marvel, DC, Oni Press, you name it.
You also, so among the, I will name some of those. One of the great things that I've read from you is you had an Infinity comic that is being published that is chronicling the loves of Wiccan and Hulkling, or Hulkling and Wiccan, as the title suggests. And that is being collected by Marvel. But if you have an Marvel Infinity Comics subscription, you can read it now. You also helped create the first queer Captain America.
Yeah, it was a huge thrill to do that. Yeah, his name is Aaron Fisher. He's a teen runaway from Missouri. He definitely is kind of like a scrappy underdog character. And I wanted to kind of portray someone with a little more grit. I think there's a lot of amazing queer characters in the Marvel universe, and I want to give them all a little bit of patina, add a little bit more layer and nuance to them. And it was really exciting to create something for Captain America's 80th birthday.
Yeah, and I love that you and it was Christopher Cantwell, correct?
Yeah, me, Christopher Cantwell, and then Jen Bazaldua was the artist who created the design.
That Christopher, helped create this not format, but this storyline that introduces all of these different Captain Americas across the country. And one, I mean, representation is paramount, but also just, I mean, it's important to see yourself in comics, and I think that Captain America, especially because is someone as a character that represents our country, and our country is such a melting pot. So it was wonderful to see Aaron's introduction in this, and I look forward to seeing what the future holds for Aaron.
Yeah, you and me both. If you have the Infinity comic app, he's reappearing in Crocodile Loki, Alligator Loki of all places. So you have to look for him there, and then more appearances on the horizon, no doubt.
Nice. So Josh, who or what inspires you?
Oh gosh. So you know, I'm really inspired by kind of like my peers in a lot of ways. I try to stay really close with fellow creators who I consider friends and like allies in that way. But creatively, I was kind of inspired by my grandparents' love of reading. They really turned me on to kind of comic strips, and that's kind of my origin into comic books. Was tracing over Garfield comics and rearranging them so that I could make my own stories, which I'm pretty sure is how they make Garfield comics now. But
Pretty much.
and then beyond that, my entry point for queer creators was kind of through Prism Comics. They're a nonprofit based on the West Coast, and so creators like Mari Naomi, Tara Madison Avery, Alison Bechtel, Justin Hall, kind of that kind of generation of creators has really inspired my work and kind of helped me infuse everything I do with like a queer sensibility.
It's great that you bring up Prism. Prism has been an amazing influence for a number of queer comic creators, and they've been sort of this beacon in the comics industry to sort of help queer artists and sort of raise the profile of queer creators. So I've always loved what Prism has done. Sort of talking about community, like who is part of your community? Like where have you met them? How do you connect with them?
I've been lucky to run a couple of anthologies with various creators, and that's been a great entry point to meet my peers. So whether it be my Love Machines romance anthology with creators like Dave Valdeza, Jack T. Cole, or my Death Saves anthology, which has like dozens and dozens of creators, many of whom are queer, and a lot of the stories kind of reflect that. But like I've been working with some of these same creators for like years and years and years now. So like my comics husband, Levi Hastings, and I are very close. We have a little Discord group where we talk shop and kind of, you know, tease our future projects together. And I think that's been really helpful. Twitter has always been a go-to for me too. I try to stay relatively positive on the site, though that's impossible some days. You definitely know when it's not.
Yes.
But I try to stay as close to the community as possible. And I noticed that just like anecdotally, like my friends, as I get older and as I get more established in comics, my friendship circle and my professional friendship circle are kind of merging together. And I think that's really exciting that like, you know, these aren't just like friends who are only your friends because of comics. They're like, you have like long relationships with them too. And I think that's really important. Like comics and any creative field really is like relationships.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, you know, I've the different conventions that I've gone to, and getting to meet a lot of different queer creators has really sort of expanded, because I've always been sort of the big two kind of, you know, basic, big two basic, with comics reading. And, you know, it's sort of had been a blind spot in the past. And I, thankfully, due to meeting a lot of different queer comic creators, I've been able to expand my horizons, as it were, to discover more indie comics, web comics, um, and anthologies like what you were talking about. You know, I believe I have somewhere my Be Gay Do Comics anthology.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So, which has introduced me to a lot of different creators. Um, uh, Speaking of, you know, what I've been consuming with comics, what are you getting down and nerdy with? What are you consuming in pop culture?
Okay, so TV wise, it's been a little bit of a drought for me. I've been watching Minx, which has on HBO Max, which I think is really funny and has like a lot to say, kind of about like sexuality and gender to a degree. It's all set in the past, so we have a little bit of distance from it. It doesn't feel like as biting as maybe some other things might be. So that's big on the TV scale. I just saw Everything Everywhere All at Once, which I was not expecting to have a queer storyline at the center of it, but it does, and now it is one of my favorite films. Michelle Yeoh is an amazing actress in general, and this was such a, it's hard to say someone who's already a star, but this was such a star turn for her. And like I can't wait to see what she does next and the filmmakers. Comics wise, you know, I'm a big two boy at heart. I'm reading Marauders right now by Steve Orlando, and I'm loving that. I'm reading House of Slaughter by Tate Brumbell. And elsewhere on Image, I'm kind of reading, let's see, Ghost Cage and Rockstar and Soft Boy, because I bear a striking familiarity, resemblance to the Soft Boy character.
I do have my copy of Rockstar and Soft Boy. It's in my pile. It's on my, you know, I still have not. I'm savoring it. I'm waiting to actually read it. I don't know why I'm waiting.
No,
It's
it is such a beach read, or like before you go to the bar, pick it up and like, because the whole thing is it's about queer friendship and queer platonic friendship, which seems like not a revolutionary concept, but it like never gets explored in comics.
No, it's usually there's such the, you know, the romance aspect of it, or queer friendships are done, you know, or depicted mostly as sort of like the straight best friend kind of, or the
Mhm.
queer best friend, you know, but not multiple queers
No, no.
gathering together. No.
And that's something I love about Cena's book is like it's so unapologetically queer and it's just filled with kind of like I say this lovingly, miscreants.
Yeah, that I can see that with Cena. Yeah. That is wonderful. I All right. You've twisted my arm. I will move that closer to the top of the pile. So,
Oh, good, good.
um, um, well, Josh, I'm really excited to see what the future holds for you, and seeing your name on multiple lines of, created by and written by. So I look forward to seeing more of that in the near future. Um, and if people would like to stay on top of what you're up to, they can visit your website, which is your first and last name.com. That's JoshTrujillo.com. And you're on Twitter and Instagram as well,
Yeah.
at Lost His Keys Man.
There's another Josh Trujillo who's a very talented photographer, and we've been getting each other mixed up online for 20 years now. So I will always be Lost as Keys Man unless I inherit his name someday.
I mean, I understand. We didn't have FlameCon on Instagram for a while because some bus company, I think, owned it or claimed it first. But now we're official. We are officially at FlameCon on
No, it's
Instagram.
true. I speak at like on Zoom to like high school sometimes, and they're like, "What's the one advice you have for creators?" And I'm like, "Getyourname.com right now."
Right now, do it.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, Josh, it's been a pleasure to speak with you. It was wonderful to meet you for the first time. I think was in Charlotte
Yeah.
for Heroes Con.
That's right, because we did an interview in your hotel room.
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
So it's been good to catch up, and I hope LA is treating you well.
Yeah,
And
LA's treating me great. I wish we had a FlameCon out here, but we talk about this all the time on the West Coast.
yes,
But we're very excited about FlameCon East, New York City.
yes, and we hope to see you and others there this August 20th and 21st. So, well, until our next Flamecast, we're out.